So the weather, although very hot and summery these last few days, is expressing change. But in my Ayurvedic opinion, the more interesting side of the seasonal change manifests in the body mind. So what exactly are these changes and what are these signs become clear by being mindful of what the body mind sends to us from within in terms of cravings and aversions. So we've had quite a long and cold summer when our cravings were marked by yearnings for cool. And it showed in our choices for food and drinks. And version of heat is marked by us wearing less clothes, preference for cooling drinks or ice cream and ventilation. So cooling bodies express less appetite. And summer salads are kind of typical meals, and they do satisfy our needs for nourishment. And now, when this heat is going to succumb to the cold, we'll find ourselves craving for warm comforts and naturally feeling aversion towards anything cold and light. Yeah. So now we're craving because of the heat. We're craving for cold and light. But when this changes, we're going to be running towards warm comforts. And so heating will go on. Well, woolly socks will feel heavenly, and we'll start cravings for pasta, heavy creamy pasta, and because the carbs are the macronutrients of the season. So breakfast with a nice slice of sourdough, with plenty of, melted ghee on top of it, and jam, and I put also some sour cream on it, so it's extremely satisfying. And so I respect my cravings and aversions because they respond to my metabolic needs of this season. Now it is time for me to nourish and create a bit of storage for the winter, and most importantly, I'm not going to feel guilty for my pleasures, and I'm going to do everything with gusto. And however, I never compromise on timing of the meals. So light breakfast, hefty lunch, early light dinner. And equally important is to avoid overeating, fast eating, and snacks. And drinking plenty of warm hot water, taking fair amounts of those healthy fats is essential for autumn. And what you can do is try to put a teaspoonful of fat in your coffee. Sounds a bit exotic, but you can have something like a butter or ghee or coconut oil, put it in a blender, really nice mix, and enjoy this really nice smooth coffee house foam. It's really yummy. So cravings and aversions are the body mind's kind of way of signaling we need to make a behavioral change. The organism is very intelligent, and it's highly sophisticated, and the adjustments we need to make within the changing environment are wired in our genes. And this ability to change within the environment without us asking the body to do that is called self-regulation, which is a process that our cells undergo within this framework of birth and death and repair and regeneration. So it's our capacity to renew after wear and tear or disease, and it happens without our awareness and without much choice if it happens or not. So we are built to last, and in addition to unconscious self-regulation, our body mind makes us behave in a way to create conditions for what? For comfort. So when self-regulation is not possible within the means provided by the body itself, we start craving things. The cravings direct us towards conscious actions that help the body to come back to balance, such as adding clothes on or turning on the heater. And running late to the corner shop for a pack of crisps is guided by an innate need to get something lacking from the body or the mind, which is either comfort or the need to pacify nerves. Salt is really important in helping the nerve impulses to travel. So people with cramps or anxiety often binge on crisps and other highly processed, ultra processed, salty foods in order to balance the body's chemistry and need for comfort. Salt cravings are very typical of this starting period of autumn and then winter as well, but so are sweet ones. Sweet cravings usually manifest because of the need of nourishment, but also for need to calm down and ground. So both sweet and savory flavors pacify our nerves and create that feeling of satisfaction, the comfort. So in autumn, the appetite increases because we need to provide some nourishment to cope in winter and keep the nervous system grounded, as these climatic conditions are going to change and they're going to irritate nerves. And cold and wind make us shake, and they also dry our skin. And in response to these toughening weather conditions, the body is keen on putting on weight and keeping our mucus levels high, increasing these cravings for hearty meals and snacks and bread and chocolate and bread and salted nuts and lots of that stuff. The important thing is really not to get carried away. We need to accept that our cravings are directly related to our body and what it needs, and to do it in order to stay balanced and comfortable. So in order to feel comfortable, cravings can be anything. It doesn't mean necessarily to be a healthy craving. So healthy or unhealthy, they, our cravings are make us always to be on the lookout for safety and comfort. And this need might lead us to do things that are not conducive to health, for example, binge eating or drug abuse. And they are very popular because they almost give an instant relief. They give an instant relief, but the catch is that the comfort they provide is not long lasting. So the craving comes back soon, and the relief provided is only symptomatic. So once in a while, comfort eating is okay, and an extra glass of wine is not going to kill you. But on a long run, however, they have a habit of only making things worse. The point really is to show that any cravings or aversions are an attempt for the body-mind to make us do something and behave in a way that makes us feel safe and comfortable. Stay safe and see you soon.